Hey, Kliq This fans, want to get closer to the show than ever? Join Kliq This TV. Kliq This TV offers early commercial-free access to wrestling's hottest podcast, plus live audience tapings of their show every friggin' week. Head to KliqThisTV.com now and get inside the show that's just too sweet.
The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
You know, Kev, with all this talk about the big Melania documentary coming out, I almost forgot there were other films in existence until I checked the news today and I saw that the National Film Registry, which is a branch of the Library of Congress, added 25 additional films to it.
Isn't that the Trump National Film Library?
It probably called that now. I know he was going after, what, didn't he fire? I think he fired... Like the woman in her 10-year tenure, she had like a year left. I think he canned her as this was one of the big cost-cutting things, looking to get rid of this. Yeah, May 2025, he fired long-serving Librarian of Congress Carla Hayden, who still had about a year and a half left on her 10-year term. Later that year, the Supreme Court stopped Trump, at least temporarily, from replacing a top official at the Library of Congress. Anyway, so... Melania was not one of the films, by the way. But the range of these 25 films went from 1896 to 2014. Now their qualifications, I guess, has to have some kind of societal significance, I guess, to be stamped by the government. For the actual terminology. So, all right. So if we start back, those of you listening, Tramp and the Dog, 1896. Don't know. Didn't see it. Kev, stop me if you did.
Just read them.
Oath and the Sword, 1914. Maid of Macmillan, 1916. The Lady, 1925. I'm going to jump up ahead here. Okay. White Christmas, 1954. Sure.
Never seen it.
High Society. 1956. You never saw White Christmas? Bing Crosby and
dude, I'm fucking so.
You kind of remind me of the general in that a little bit. The Army general.
Well, my mom hated Christmas, so.
Okay. Brooklyn Bridge, 1981. I don't recall it. Say Amen Somebody, 1982. The Thing, of course, the John Carpenter film, 1982. The Big Chill.
I saw that.
Did or didn't?
Did,
okay.
I saw Karate Kid, saw Glory.
Karate Kid, of course, Glory. Philadelphia, my first film appearance. Before Sunrise. What the hell is Before Sunrise?
That's Ethan Hawke, isn't it?
Okay, maybe. Clueless in the Library of Congress, by the way. All right. I don't know. I'd have to...
Truman, yes.
Yeah, I guess. Truman Show,
yes,
Frida.
The Hours, yes.
The Hours. The Incredibles. The Wrecking Crew.
So The Incredibles.
Inception. The Loving Story, and finally The Grand Budapest Hotel. Inception. Inception was...
Inception was the Nolan film with DiCaprio.
Got it. Okay. All right. Worthy films, all of them, I'm sure. The Grand Budapest Hotel, I don't recall.
I remember it coming out. I remember it not looking like something my palate was going to enjoy.
Right. But it's in 2014, of course, before we had the option to just...
Then again, I didn't see any of the fat Greek wedding gimmicks either, so...
Didn't miss much. It's become kind of a franchise, though. Kev, I'm seriously thinking about cutting the cord with... You have DirecTV, right? I don't watch it. It's an exorbitant amount of money. I'm paying for my Fios bill. With all the streaming, I mean, that's where everyone goes to anyway. Football's on streaming now. The sports are all on streaming. You can get all of your quote-unquote cable channels now through something like YouTube TV, which I think is like $80 a month. My fucking bill between internet obviously you need the Wi-Fi, but pay like probably $250, $300. I don't even know what I'm paying. It just deducts. Rocket Money's yelling at me. This could be lower. This could be lower. What do you pay for DirecTV? If you don't mind my asking.
No idea.
Gee, we have no fucking idea what we're paying. They could be charging us millions of dollars a month.
No, it's not that much. I mean,
This is an age thing. Like, I look at like cable or like that, whatever that service is called, as like a necessity because I always had it. But people like in their 20s now, they don't go fucking
yeah, but
sign
it's
up
like
for
going to an
cable.
Airbnb, and you get on somebody. They don't have anything except that Roku shit, and there's no news, there's no sports. It's like some bare bone thing, and you've got to get out your phone and dump all your shit on there. It's like, fuck that.
But you can though with it instead of a hardwired, you would do Sling or you would open YouTube TV and then you have all the CNN and Fox News and all the things you like to watch.
It would be
right there. I think you'd lose your local, maybe.
And I'm not losing my local. Because you lose your local, local during hurricane season is you got to have your local.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's not true either because when I was in Florida, I was able to watch the New York broadcasts on Tubi?
I can watch the New York broadcast from Florida. I can't watch Daytona Beach. And guess what? I can watch, if I got a hurricane sitting out fucking east of my house, I really don't want the fucking New York perspective.
No, but I'm saying the reverse. I'm saying you can get local news.
You
I don't
can't.
want you to watch New York, but
You
down
can't.
there, like who's
You
your
get-
local? We're the Orlando, right? We're the Orlando broadcast.
My son's TV still has, it doesn't have DirecTV. It has whatever he downloaded onto that was nothing. And it has, for news, I can get Sky News from Great Britain. I can get Miami News is the closest news I can get to my house.
Right.
So,
You couldn't get the Orlando.
nope.
Shocking. Outrageous. Terrible.
Well, that's why that's why people still pay $300 for that shit. If you got coin, it's like, what's the difference of going out and fucking dropping $3 bills at a dinner
Or paying for.
or paying for fucking,
Well, because the cable's on top of the dinner.
yeah, but my wife and I rarely go out, so
Right. Well, my oldest is driving now. We got her a car last week, and I figured a blizzard is the perfect time to let her get out on the road on her own a little bit. Whole other thing. Kevin, you are taking to the friendly skies again.
Tomorrow?
Sometimes the travel stories are entertaining, but I wish you a safe. I wish you a safe, brisk flight. Have we checked the weather? Because you're going north.
I want to think tomorrow's like 17 and 8. I know all
How
3
about
days.
precipitation? That's
30% on Saturday. I'll be in the casino on Saturday, so it's not like I'm
but your travel days are
Friday and Sunday.
snow free though.
Fuck, there's a chance of us getting flurries when I land on Sunday at midnight.
By you?
Yeah.
What's the temp right now?
Right now is not the problem. I think it's going to be 40.
I'm saying, are you having a cold spell?
Oh, it's been fucking, man. We've had a winter.
Huh. Yeah, I see you got long sleeves on. So.
Yeah, well, yeah. Fuck, it's shitty here. I'll give you the 10 days. All right. Tomorrow's 69-47. That's that's the nicest day we've had in a week. Saturday, 40% chance of precipitation, 55-25. Sunday's 44-24. Monday's 54-29. Tuesday's 59-36. Wednesday's 67-38. And then there's not a day above 65. And there's a 36, 38, 42, 40, 40. That's shit.
25. Which one of those days you said 24 or something like that?
24
right?
on Sunday night when I get home. And Saturday night is 25. It's 25 degrees at night.
What do you do with the temp in the house? Do you switch over?
Put the heat on.
Yeah, you do switch. Okay.
Put the heat on 68. Because that's where we put the air runs on 68. So
yeah. Well,
we just put the heat on. I tell you what, I woke up this morning and the heat was on 68, and it was fucking walking across the hardwood floors into that bathroom. It was cold.
Mm-hmm. This is the bomb cyclone. I like this little terminology that
I like now that they've actually
weather
got
people have
names.
to give.
Like they used to just give hurricanes names. Now the winter storms have names. Winter Storm Luke.
What kind of diminishes the hurricane? I'd be pretty pissed off if I was a hurricane. I'd want to be the fucking one.
Yeah, but they always get the Esmeralda. They always get way better names. Yeah.
There is a selection process. I read about it once. I don't remember what it is, but I know the letters are where they alternate years, male, female names, and then they just work their way right up.
And then if it's like if you're like Katrina, like that's you can never use Katrina again.
Right. Well, because of the band Katrina and the waves, but also because of the big hurricane.
Yeah.
You know how many fucking hurricanes there are a year, like around the world?
Oh,
wait,
fuck.
didn't they close that off? Wasn't that one of Trump's things? He closed the office that tracked
FEMA?
the hurricane. No, it's very specific. Like,
yeah, but that's a branch of FEMA.
Of FEMA, okay.
They did, but they didn't. Then it's a lot like Doge. If we want to go back to that, we go back to that 9-iron shot in the fucking sand trap that started.
That's going to replace the Edsel for jokes for the next 50 years. Yeah, look at this one. We're planning Doge over here for 45 minutes. Turn in the report already.
Fuck. Can you believe that was like the beginning of last year?
No.
It seems
Because the circus, there's a lot going on in the circus every day.
Fuck, man.
Midwest Boogie was listening last week, speaking of circus, and said, "Salute to y'all for discussing the political circus. Far too many others are staying silent." Well, Midwest Boogie, you might be talking about other wrestling podcasts, but I feel like everybody's talking about
Pop music.
It's not even talk about
Pop music.
Who sang it? Who sang it, Kev?
God, I have no idea.
I think pop music was spelled with a K also in that little ditty right there. Yeah, but Midwest, you must be talking about wrestling podcasts because everywhere I look, they're talking about the news, which is just politics at this point. It's one side or the other. Delbert Prince.
Some of this, I've watched a few clips here and there of wrestling podcasts this week, and it's almost like it's a rib. Like the amount of, the urgency and the fucking degree of
Panic and
got the wrestling universe in his fucking, he can crush it. I'm thinking, I don't know, man. Like, it seems like there's a lot more important shit. Like, am I the only motherfucker on the planet that like 3.5, 4 years ago, gold was $1,000. Now it's $5,000 an ounce. Let alone, I bought fucking pounds of fucking silver at $23 an ounce, and it was like 113 the other day. So,
yeah, I mean, you gotta invest in some. If it's not going to be your dollar, if it's not going to be your currency,
well, the fucking
turn
dollar,
to precious metals.
the dollar's turned to shit.
Yeah, I didn't see that covered in any of the wrestling casts.
No,
that,
nobody
popped up on my
nobody really
socials.
talking about. I saw a guy on Instagram who buys Rolexes, and when he bought this nice Rolex, it was $12,000 when he bought it, and all gold, and now the meltdown value of this Rolex is more than the fucking
Then the watch.
than the watch.
Holy cow!
Yeah, the fucking meltdown is more than the fucking. I'm just like, wow.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's remarkable.
by $2,000. Yeah. And the thing is there's so much, especially with silver. There's so much impure silver bars where people just melt down, like pawn shops and shit, just melt down silver, and they don't. It's not like refined. And now there's such a
Because Venezuelan silver.
yeah. But now there's such a abundance of that, but such a need for pure silver that it's like anything else. Like there's a glut of this bogus shit because they just don't have the time to melt it down and bar it out. So they were saying that the guy that was on, that might even have been on Sky that I saw that the guy said that was a good business opportunity. Open up a fucking schmelt.
Kev, how do you find? Because I know you have some precious metals. How do you find a broker? Like if you wanted to cash in, do you go through a broker or you contact jewelers directly? What's the way to offload your precious metals and get the most for it?
I think it helps that if you have a background in college moving 50-pound bales of weed to kind of know the landscape of where you need to. I mean, you go to any large, metropolitan area and you see a person that says, "We buy your gold."
Well, but what I'm saying, are you going to really get your best?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a guy the other day. This guy came in and it was it was on one of the fucking deals. I don't know what streaming on something. The guy came in and he was like very short with the people that they were busy. They just didn't. He says, I got these silver coins. They're from the Revolutionary War, and they're worth a ton. And the guy says, we opened up a like a 5-gallon paint bucket, and it was all fucking silver, just coins.
Wow.
And he said there's, and then he like did it 3 times. He went and got 3 different buckets and put them on the counter. He said each one of these is a minimum of $200,000 in silver. He said, "You think I fucking need your fucking coins? Fuck off."
Wow. Good Lord.
So that guy, I mean, if you think about it, and not the number one rule of a place that's going to be able to do that is if they can't buzz you in, if you can walk in the place,
Right.
that's not the place.
Right.
Yeah. If you aren't being buzzed in, and if you don't look around and it doesn't look like something out of the Animal Kingdom fucking television series as far as the camera work and all the fucking you know.
Right. You look at the level of security and you can kind of gauge
Absolutely.
what kind of joint you're in. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than when you there's a place that I go to occasionally, and so you get buzzed in, and you're in the first layer, and then that layer you have to get, like, the door behind you has to shut, and then they buzz you in the next layer, and the fucking, I don't think a 50 cal would. I know a 50 cal wouldn't go through that second door. So. In other words, if you got in there, if you fucking ripped them off and got in that first one, they would just lock you basically in that fucking
Right. Leave you in between the two doors. Yeah. You're fucked.
And you ain't getting out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Let's see. I had Delbert Prince wrote in also.
And that's why you fucking keep your DirecTV.
As a 51-year-old African-American who grew up and raised in the 1980s and 90s, this is him speaking, not me. Just want to clarify. This podcast has a lot of favors as a pop culture show. Thank you, Delbert. I agree. Han Solo 314. Fan entitlement needs reining in. I get it as a fan. I'd love to see Taker, Kev, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, etc. have another match. But out of respect for everything you've all given us, I'd rather you all be able to enjoy your lives relatively pain-free, a little late for that, and have that time you sacrificed on the road with your families. You've more than earned it. Respect is rare these days.
Well, I appreciate it, but I mean, I don't think anybody really understands. Like, I look at AJ, and I know that AJ has been doing this a long time, and he's not 50 yet. And I'm thinking, he's compact, he's not, but he was he was a high flyer for a lot of fucking years. He did a lot of shit, in that X division when they kind of, made TNA. Not kind of, they did. And you look at the amount of bumps that he's taken, and it's like, I can't even. I was fucked up before I got into the business. My knee and shit was fucked up. So I got into the business fucked up, but. Yeah, everybody's like, well, I think she's going to leave and then maybe go do fucking. I'm thinking, like, dude, that motherfucker was running Japan when that Bullet Club was on fire. And he was like he was the main dog of the Bullet Club.
He could just be done, right? Like
yeah. Especially, I know AJ pretty well. And he's not some flamboyant motherfucker. I'll guarantee he still lives in Gainesville, Georgia, just in a nicer house with more property.
Kev, we were talking a little bit before we went on the air about some of those wrestler deaths, like Rude and Davey Boy and stuff. And I asked you, kind of thinking in terms of the drug taking aspect. I said, when do you think that bell curve ended and wrestler longevity increased? But you didn't go that route. You said, you could say it.
Well, I said, I'm quite sure when they start going from town to town in their own private buses for the 3 shows they did a year,
you don't hear enough. Everyone talks about all the grind. Oh, we did 300 days a year. Everyone knows, all the fans know that the schedule is rough. But what I think gets lost, and it's poignant to talk about here since you mentioned AJ, the toll that the physical work, forget about drugs, partying, pills, all that stuff. Put that aside. What the trauma that your body goes through working, but then never being able to have time to heal because you're cramped in a plane and you're 6'10",
but you're not cramped. That's the one thing.
Or in a car. All right, in a car.
Yeah, you're in a
time,
car.
right?
You're in a car, man. And
substandard hotels.
Not only do you have to fucking work every night, you have to work out every day. You get up and go to the gym. And then you fucking go through the day, and then you fucking go out and put 20, 25 minutes on that Yoko ring.
Right. And you're working out the next day hurt.
You do that 27 nights in a row. And then you're off 4. And then you come back and do it 27 more, and then you're off 4. And 27 more, and you're off 4. And it's, I did that for 3 fucking years of my life. And when I was, my diesel run, I think it was, I was home 42 days. So,
but your body never having a chance to recover, working out hurt the next day to stay in shape. But anybody else would if I fucked up my elbow and be using my elbow the next day.
Right. When you look at like guys from that era, it's just a different era, and the guys that worked the era before me had it worse than we did. Because they were doing double shots. Like almost every weekend they were doing double shots. And they were going longer in between fucking breaks.
But I want to say, and I don't mean this in any derogatory way. My hat is off to anybody who did this in any generation or iteration of periods in wrestling. What was going on in the ring in the 70s was very different than what was going on in the ring in the 90s.
Right.
So I could maybe have a quote-unquote night off with the right guy in the ring if we were grabbing some holds and doing some catch wrestling or what looked like that. But I wasn't taking a power bomb from Nash in 1978.
No, but I also look at it, and I look at the style that they do now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just so you can't. There was a handful of guys that worked like that in my prime.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's everybody works like that.
Yeah.
Like I look at Punk, and he's had 3 straight main events on Raw. And he went like, I forget where the first one was. I know Finn was in fucking, was in Ireland, and I think last Raw was in Toronto, wasn't it?
Yes, it was in Toronto.
Okay, so you went, so you're still out of the country, and and it's just, you're traveling back. You got the time schedule situation, and then on top of, and this is one thing I'll say in his defense, is Phil doesn't take TRT. He's not taking any testosterone. He's not taking hormonal replacements. So at 46, 47 years old, he doesn't have that little extra fucking jolt to push back the hands of time. and he's going out there and fucking and putting in 25, and it's so different. You can work a packed house, with 14, 15,000 people, and bust your ass in the main event, but when you're on when it's televised, when that red light's on, we were the first group to do 12 pay-per-views, pay-per-view a month.
When I went to the In Your House.
In your house.
Yeah.
And now there's what is there, 223 pay-per-views?
Next month.
I mean, it seems like every fucking thing they do now is televised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The era of the multiple house shows.
Yeah. So as I always make the reference of it, it's not like it's fucking a Wednesday night in Erie. Like there's not those anymore.
Yeah.
I did see Punk when he did the double T-shirt thing in Fort Myers. It looked like it was a fun. And I used to love, especially when you're up in the Northeast and you get the chance to go down to Florida. Except, of course, this fucking winter.
Not this week.
Yeah,
25.
I saw a guy in the gym today, and I looked at him. I said, and he does construction, but he's a boss now, and he basically shows up and walks out of the truck and looks at a project and walks back into his fucking heated truck, and leaves it running. And I said to him, dude, is it just me or are we getting old? He goes, no, dude. He goes, I've got 4 or 5 projects right now up in the Jacksonville area. And Jacksonville's 100 miles north of me.
Right.
He says, that fucking difference, that 100-mile difference north, he said, it's 10 degrees.
Yeah.
He said, fuck. He said, he's actually had, woke up from a hotel up there and got up and scraped his windows, and I'm like, fuck, I thought we moved away from that shit. But
yeah, well, we're far from the dog days of summer, Kev, but at Better Wild, Midge has joined us to hoping she can in some
Midge.
way add to the
all dogs. They're like, dude, just shut up and rub my belly. That's all they want.
Yeah, that's. I mean, fucking, you wouldn't be like this 24/7. What am I talking about with Better Wild, Kevin?
How old's Midge?
Midge is 6.
Okay.
Midge is 6, and living in the lap of luxury. She's given love constantly by everyone in the house, but sometimes we see our dogs chewing their paws. That was something Midge was doing. And Better Wild came into Midge's life and helped me realize that the itching, the scratching, licking the paws, eating grass, ear infections, these things are not normal dog behaviors, okay? They're actually signs of allergies, and allergies in dogs flare up when bad bacteria takes over the gut. 90% of your dog's immune system lives in the gut. So just like humans, dogs need probiotics or good bacteria to strengthen their gut health. So that is why Better Wild should be in your cabinet for your dog, as it is for mine and for Cooper down in freezing Florida. The allergy relief soft chews, I started giving them to Midge right away when they came. They were the first one. Listen, these are the first and only chews. Let me get you on camera here a little bit. There you go. These are the first and only chews with ancestral advantage wolf probiotics derived from your dog's mighty ancestor, the wolf. And the Shih Tzu, I think, is the dog that is supposedly closest to the wolf. You see this vicious wild hunter?
I would think like maybe a husky or something like that, or no.
It's the Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
So, guys,
that's the world famous best in class. You got a Shih Tzu. Got a Shih Tzu up in the overhead baggage there.
Comet is the one that keeps winning these the dog shows. Guys, Better Wild allergy supplement chews. Check it out. Colostrum salmon oil, clinically proven to reduce itchiness and redness in just 2 months with daily use. Right now, Better Wild is offering our listeners up to 40% off your order at betterwild.com/Kliq. That's betterwild.com/Kliq for up to 40% off your order. Midge thanks you. We thank you. And thank you, Better Wild. And thank you, Lana, for being
Hey, Lana.
with her when we need her. Say hi to Kevin. You can't hear him, but you just poke your head in here.
Hey.
Hey, Lana.
Haven't seen her in a long time. She's 13 now.
Wow. Long time since you cut that opening promo for us.
That's right. Yeah, your voice in that opening. When's the last time you heard that? It was like tiny and squeaky. All right, kiddo. Thank you. Thank you, Better Wild. Spirit Burger 13, on the topic of astronomical meat prices. I was craving pastrami the other day. I went to Kroger in Ohio and about shit myself to find it was almost $20 a pound. I don't need a hoagie that fucking bad. I used to eat ribeye for that price. WTF. Oh, we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Gregory Krug. I bounced around in a ring back in 1996. A friend and I helped his uncle, a former NWA jobber, set up a ring for an indie show in West Virginia. Afterwards, his uncle tried to teach us how to run the ropes, bump, etc. He said the ring we were in was very forgiving, yet it still beat the crap out of me. The canvas gave me rug burns. Running the ropes left a horizontal bruise under my right armpit. An Irish whip into the turnbuckles snapped my neck back pretty hard. We talked about the rings last week, something I didn't ask you. How did you guys not have staph infections constantly from the mat?
I guess that staph wasn't that. I guess that the strains of staph have just gotten worse as times went on because
you guys were bleeding all the time. And I don't even mean the gig. I just mean your elbows, your arms, and then you're rolling around.
Most of us would keep wore knee and elbow pads. Like I wore those pants, you know.
Yeah, you're right. You had pants, but still, you're on the.
And that I started wearing a singlet when I was a bodyguard because I had a jacket over it. And some of those buildings, they were cold because you stand on ice, and I wouldn't do shit in a match. I'd do 2 or 3 things when I was bodyguarding, and but it was nice to have. There were every night you'd get done, and you'd go to the hotel, the next hotel. So you drive, go to the next hotel, then you would bring Woolite, and if you forgot Woolite, you would use the shampoo. So you would put hot water in the sink, put the drain down, put hot water in the sink, and then put your singlet in the sink, and you would wash it like an agitation. You would use your hands to like get it going, and that fucking water would turn brown.
Yeah.
And then you'd take that out, take the singlet out, rinse the sink, and then do it again with just hot water, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again until finally the water, until the water was clean.
Right.
And then you'd take one of the hand towels and put it long way, and put your singlet in it, and then wrap it up, and then just squeeze that towel to get and then hang it up in the room someplace. And then in the morning, if it wasn't dry enough, you take the hair dryer, because you'd have to get back. Before we realized that it would just be easier to train 4 days on and then take the 5th day to go to the laundromat.
One of the nights at one of the hotels, we were shooting something for kayfabe commentaries, and it might have been after a roast or whatever. But I was in Sullivan's room at one point, and I guess he worked somewhere while he was in town. maybe managing or in someone's corner. I think at that time he probably wasn't working in the ring at whatever age he was at the time. And I go in his room, we're just bullshitting with it, and he goes to this, and he starts doing the thing you're talking about in the sink. I said, Kevin, aren't you flying home tomorrow? He goes, yeah, I got a flight in the morning. I said, what the fuck are you watching? Can't you just pack your shit? No, this is how we do it. All right, that's how you do it. He wasn't flying to Peoria tomorrow to be in a match. He was going home.
Yeah, but that once that bag gets Funkenstein, man.
That's what it was, right? He didn't want to put the fucking whatever he wore in the ring. Even if he was just standing in someone's corner,
There's nothing worse than like going someplace and like checking in and realizing that the bar is still open at the hotel, that you're going to. So you're like, fuck. Like, if we miss the last call, not yet. So you bring your work bag in with you, or you leave it in the trunk. Either way, and then you go down there and you fucking get half-ass rocked, and then you go out, grab your bags, go in, and now everybody's fucked up and they just want to go to sleep, and everybody fucking goes to sleep with their gear in their bag, and they wake up in the morning like, oh fuck. Like horrifying.
There's no way to get that fucking funk out of there.
No. And Scott was so fucking hairy. Scott, he was so fucking hairy. And he would fucking splash. He had Brute.
Oh, the old school green bottle Brute?
Yes, he had Brute. And I mean,
by Menon
at like fucking $4.99 a bottle, he was putting that shit on like it was fucking Chanel number 5. I mean, like, hey,
just
dude,
before he went to the ring.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, dude, go ahead and fucking put a little bit on that werewolf chest.
Yeah, these are. I'm surprised none of the boys have written like a manual, like on the Wrestler's Guide to Survival on the Road. All these little tricks.
But it's all changed now.
Yeah, now, yeah. Now the survival is make sure you get in the coach.
Open up the book, and it says things you have to do. Make sure your bus driver's a fucking bitch. He'll do whatever the fuck you tell him to do.
Roy St. Gertrude. I never knew Nash had some boxing experience. I'd love to hear more about that. All right. Fine time as any.
I boxed.
Okay, where'd you train? How'd you start training?
I boxed a little as a youngster. I always had like different, heavy bags or speed bags, and then finally the first time I was really, really coached was when I got kicked out of Tennessee. I went with Ace Miller, who was John Tate's trainer at the time in Knoxville, and went over there and gave it a shot for a little while. I was going to try the boxing thing, but my girlfriend.
Better you didn't.
Oh, my
you wouldn't have been able to have lucid conversations like this, I think.
Yeah, because what I chose to do was fucking just as good on the noggin.
Well, listen, I'd put up a wrestler in his 60s next to a boxer with a long career in their 60s, and I think you're still going to come out on top.
It just depends.
Probably had some fucking reach. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was southpaw. What did I watch the other day, man? It was a fucking. It was the Foreman Mercer fight. It was Ray Mercer versus George Foreman.
Why did I see this too?
Did
it come up on your phone?
Yeah.
Me too. Why did I watch it? And it was like little
clips. But it was 5 rounds.
Yeah.
It only went 5 rounds, but it was like probably the best 2 minutes of each round.
Right. They chopped
they
it up.
Fucking, man, they beat the fuck. I mean, they went back and forth, and then finally, Mercer became impatient. You forget what a badass Mercer was. Mercer was a good
he's
fighter.
he's not talked about.
No, he was a
like
fucking.
the
He was
others.
He was all man. He was fucking. He was laying.
We must follow the same thing. It must be a boxing site because I got a Tyson one last night that I watched for 5 rounds. It was one of the ones where he was knocked out, but it was like his fourth.
But it was
loss.
Douglas knocked him out. I saw.
No,
that.
it wasn't Buster.
I saw the one when Douglas knocked him out.
Yeah, but that was his first loss.
Yeah.
And then this was like the third or fourth. I don't even remember who it was. Tony Tucker? No. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that heavyweight division, there was a time when it was extremely exciting to watch. And you had HBO, which like once a month would put on a good fight. The pay-per-views, of course, were the premier ones. But then they had I think it was called HBO Boxing After Dark.
Right.
And it was like a Saturday night show.
It was Lampley.
Yeah, they had great match. There weren't the marquee names, but
then ESPN started getting into the game.
Yeah, I just feel maybe I just don't follow it enough, but I feel like there was a golden age of boxing that I got to watch.
When I was a kid, I mean, like you had Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Norton, Shavers.
Yeah.
I mean, you had 10, you know.
Yeah.
You had 10 guys that could knock each other out.
But even your middleweights, go through the middleweight division. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran.
Different era, though.
Oh, maybe it was about 10 years after? Sugar Ray would have been what? 80s, right?
The middle, because the middleweights, when it was Hearns, Duran.
Yes. Camacho.
Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
You had that crew. Camacho was kind of a drop behind them. I never saw Camacho it was another.
Yeah, that was like the Mancini era, right? Because those
Yeah.
two were always.
Yeah.
I feel like they had a few. Arturo Gatti, who's from my area here, there was some news recently. I wish I was better prepared for this. I didn't know we were going to go into boxing. I know someone that whose daughter he dated for a while here, and so I think there's been another development in the something with the wife. I don't know. I don't want to tell tales out of school here if I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But.
I don't know. I didn't know that he was in the news.
Well, he died.
Right.
With a hanging is what they called it down in South America. And like a purse strap. They were saying he hung himself from like a staircase with a purse strap. It was just a very sketch story. And I guess the wife was the only one home at the time. I don't know. We'll get an update on it next week. Kev, I watched Raw this week.
As did I.
And was enjoying the main event so much that I was a little disappointed when the Finn Balor interference happened.
Wow.
I'm an AJ fan. I'm a Punk fan. And I kind of like the way this is shaping up with the three of them. Because it sounds like a real sports company.
But it's not going anywhere.
Well, it can't because of
I think AJ is
the
going to...
impending AJ.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We're assuming that this is it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Would you? I mean, I guess it's ultimately up to AJ, right? How long he wants to work. But if he's fine with it, how do you keep him in the mix because he's interesting. Again, you know, he's part of the main angles here.
I mean, if it's your career, you can't go back on it. So it's.
Do you put him over Gunther? Couldn't do that now, right?
You can do anything.
It's how you do it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the whole see, I looked at the little tiny things like AJ got his the rights to his name and his phenomenal one.
Phenomenal one, yes.
That came out like today, and I'm thinking, huh. So does that mean he's going someplace else? So it's like Gunther can say he doesn't have a career. Like you put your career on the line, but that means to me that there's in that universe, the WWE universe, no other wrestling exists.
Yeah, and it's fucking wrestling, so
Well, I mean, I'm just saying though that that's kind of the way that company's always been.
Right.
There's the WWE universe, and then that's it. It's kind of like Marvel.
Yes.
There's not a whole lot of talk during a Marvel film about fucking Batman.
True.
Yeah.
You mentioned AJ before. I know you're a fan. What did you think of the main event match?
Thought it was solid. I think it's like I said that these guys have been putting in some ring time.
Yeah.
AJ's had they both had.
Did it look like it though, Kev? Did it look like it a little?
There's a couple little. I mean, you can nitpick anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a couple little spots that their timing seemed a little off, but what they got? I mean, they had to go close to 20.
Yeah.
So I knew that. I mean, I knew they weren't going to beat Punk. So I was that was my whole thing. Is the deeper it went, I knew that somebody was going to.
JCW Lunacy. New episodes every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. For over 25 years, JCW has delivered the very best in pro wrestling entertainment, bringing fans deep storytelling drama, gut-busting comedy, and unbelievable in-ring action. From wild characters to unforgettable rivalries, don't miss a single moment. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. JCW Lunacy.
Kevin, how many fucking commercials did you get for the Theory Mysterio match?
0.
Would you watch the playback? I was interrupted. I feel like it was twice.
See, it's
hard to watch the fucking match.
I watched. So I always watch it after it plays, like usually the next day.
Right.
So I don't get I get nothing on my feed.
Right. I usually do that, but I caught the.
On Mondays, because Monday was always, I'd always watch football. This Monday there was no football, but I could to grab the controller and go to wrestling with my wife sitting next to me, be like,
yeah.
We actually started watching. I don't know how we ever missed this show. It's a show called Southland. It's a cop show.
Yeah.
And there's 5 seasons. A bunch of great actors in it.
Was it a network show?
It was a network for a year. It was I think it was on ABC for a year.
Okay.
And then it went 4 years to TNT. So it's crazy because I've been watching on my own. It's the first time that it's completely different when you watch. Like I remember when I watched Breaking Bad, like when it was on, And you had to wait every week for it. And if I was on the road or whatever, I'd DVR it. But I mean, I watched it as it went, as it went along.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fucking with this thing to get this. So when I went during COVID, I binge watched it, and it's like such a completely different experience when you binge watch something.
Agreed.
Let me see.
What are you looking up?
So the actor Sean Housey, do you know him?
If I see him, probably
You would know him.
names.
Like he's on Pitt right now. He's Pope on Animal Kingdom. He's a detective who's came back on Southland.
Okay.
But my buddy Adam Rodriguez did a show with him. I think they were cops in South Carolina it was like a season. And anyway, though, it's crazy watching him with my wife on Southland play this one character and then turn around and play Pope. And last night I watched the final 2 episodes of Animal Kingdom when it all comes to an end. Pope dies out by the pool, and it was so
spoilers, are you?
Huh?
Do we have to say spoiler alert?
Fuck spoiler alert! This fucking show it's like, and then at the end he runs up and he goes, "Merry Christmas." If you ain't seen it by now, motherfucker.
Yeah, what's the moratorium on spoiler alerts? Would you get a year maybe if you haven't caught it?
I wouldn't
I'm going to tell you how The Sopranos ends if you don't stop.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where, on top of that, fuck it's. I said he died. I didn't say how. God, I remember when it was, when Breaking Bad was, and I said I can't believe Mike got fucking killed. When he got in that shootout, and it was like 4 weeks after it happened, and like the amount of fucking just motherfucker, man.
Absolutely.
I was just like, dude, if you're watching a show like I am, and you haven't seen it in 4 weeks, you don't give a fuck.
You don't love me.
Yeah, you got no love for fucking Breaking Bad. Like
I'm not done with Raw yet, if that's okay. I want to ask you.
I'm not. I'm just like, I
Okay.
mean, I'm sorry. I'm just one of those fucking guys, man, that just I watch my wrestling and I enjoy it most times. And
Well, I'm not going to start screaming about Raw, impassioned pounding of my table, but I got to ask you as we get close to the Rumble now, because Division is in, and we've talked about Braun a lot over the last, just his evolution we've been kind of covering and I guess rooting for in a markish way, if we could say that. So now with the Rumble. Odds-on favorite that Braun will win. Is this safe to say?
is odds-on favorite?
Yeah. Yes, the Rumble will have happened by Monday, but you know how everyone knows we're recording beforehand.
Right.
Well, I guess technically the odds-on favorite is Roman. But if I don't know, just watching the way it's been booked.
If it's not Bronson, Rick Steiner, I think it'll be Cody.
You know, some good odds on Cody there. Plus 420, 475 is that? If you wanted to lay some action.
Like I said last week, that would make him only the second person to have won 3
Right.
Rumbles, along with Stone Cold. So
Gunther, I thought, was great in that little one-on-one with Cole.
yeah, I like that because he took it down another notch.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. I thought the in-ring wasn't too big either. I mean, I thought that was it was appropriate.
I think that he's kind of finding his stride. Like, he doesn't, because I think he's feeling that if he it's very hard to be a heel and not become, because you're a heel that fucking wins. So it's very hard not to fucking start to get that anti-hero kind of fucking, so you've got to work, you got to work to make sure you don't fucking get those people to say, that's my boy, fuck you. And, if he retires Goldberg, Cena, and AJ in a year's time, it's like, it's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
And the thing that's the beauty about that is he doesn't need a belt. He doesn't need a belt to occupy.
Right.
He just...
That was always the ultimate compliment for a wrestler, right?
Right. Didn't need the prop.
Exactly.
Cody's
Which is good
at
for you
that,
because you don't have to carry it around either.
yeah, plus Cody's at that point now where Cody doesn't, everybody's so worried about, I listened to a couple of shows this week, some clips, and people were like, well, Roman, he hasn't really been around that much, and this is, if he doesn't get if he doesn't win the Rumble, he won't. I'm thinking, there's like 29 more trap doors before Mania to fucking, like, I remember that last year it was like everybody was saying, the Rumble, the Rumble, the Rumble. Then right after that it was like, and the Elimination Chamber. I went, fuck, this is a play-in too? Like, everything's got a contingency level. And on top of all of that, when you've got 2 nights of Mania at fucking 4 hours a night, I mean, you can just have some fucking good old-fashioned grudge fights. You can just have it doesn't. Every main event doesn't have to be over the Universal title or this title or that title.
Yeah. Very true. So I did see, Kev, the former FIFA president, soccer league, is calling for the boycott, or echoing already a movement that the U.S. World Cup hosting be boycotted.
You know what?
Countries.
I'm glad you brought that up because I am absolutely fucking boycotting the World Cup. I will
You're
not.
boycotting watching it, probably.
I'm not watching a match of World Cup soccer, football.
Would you have if our country's reputation wasn't so embarrassing around the world? You probably still wouldn't have watched, would you?
I would have watched.
You would have. Okay.
Yeah.
Sepp Blatter is the former FIFA president's name.
That's his working name.
That's his work. It's a great one, Sepp Blatter.
Yeah.
He's calling for the boycott because the matches will be in the United States and because of the conduct of the current president here and his administration at home and abroad. He was the latest international soccer figure to call into question the suitability of the U.S. to be a host country. No. If he's just a...
I think there's actually been talk of them moving all of the U.S. Matches to Greenland.
Oh, yeah, I would thought Somalia.
No, Greenland.
Yeah, what about Venezuela? Oh, wait, that is the U.S. That's right. As is
Yes.
Greenland, right?
Right.
So they'd still be U.S. games. good to
just
see.
with that one, just one tier down.
Unbelievable, Bubba.
You only have to
All
build
right.
stadiums to hold 60,000, so get all
Kev,
the
it's
people
time for a return to Mount Nashmore.
Mount Nash.
After the big success last week.
The sixth man was a difficult one because, man, and I read some of the comments, and people were like, but see, I don't think of, like, Havlicek to me is a starter. I mean, yeah, a lot of guys start their careers as the sixth man. You know, like Wembley.
Right.
Wembley for a while this year was the sixth man, and the Lakers have went small ball, and they're not starting certain guys, and so it's just
Well, this week we're going to tap into another love of yours other than basketball. It's R&B music. So I want the top 4. I want the Mount Nashmore of R&B singers. Could be either gender, could be 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever you want to do. Could even put some Blue-Eyed Soul up there if you want.
So I would have to probably go 5.
Well, we'll let you chisel another rock up there. It's because it's your mountain.
I would go Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, Al Green, Luther Vandross.
I was going to say no Luther. I was going to object.
That's my.
Let me go through. I'm going through your list again. Diana Ross. Am I wrong to question whether that's technically R&B? That was kind of soda pop, right? The Supremes.
They were on Motown. I don't know. Does it get more R&B than that?
First one was Marvin Gaye, right?
Yeah, Marvin Gaye. Al Green.
Al Green. Okay, right.
I'm so in love.
Who come off the bench? Who would be the sixth man? Would it be Al Jarreau, perhaps?
I think that the underrated Peebo Bryson. I don't know. Fuck.
Peebo Bryson off the bench. It wouldn't be John Havlicek, I'll tell you that.
But there was like Norman Connors for a while had like a band of people that.
There's the Mount Nashmore for this week. Actually, there's one missing. I guess you couldn't get a fifth. Try to ChatGPT a fifth one on there. So you went with. That's interesting. I was wondering whether Heavy Luther.
You can't leave Luther. So, but that's. I mean, I can live with that.
Yeah, no, that's an impressive one. Very good.
I got to put the Detroit people in there.
All right, back with Kliq This, the Kevin Nash podcast, and we're back with our steadfast friends at BLUECHEW to tell you about BLUECHEW Gold. It's a different ball game now, guys. It's a different game. This is not your grandpa's little blue pill anymore. You know what time it is here. It's time to level up, all right? They dropped something crazy. It's called BLUECHEW Gold, latest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. And it's a 4-in-1 beast that's setting the gold standard for performance in the boudoir or the back seat or the office, wherever you're getting funky like a monkey. We're talking 2 ingredients for blood flow to keep the rocket pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin to turn up the arousal and connection in your brain and body. Working in concert here now. BLUECHEW Gold dissolves under the tongue, works in as little as 15 minutes. That means you can get it on quicker, stay in the game longer. It's elevation without hesitation. This is peak passion and peak performance in a single tablet. Okay? You want to win the gold? Do it in the bedroom, for God's sakes. And we've got a special deal.
I got to try this new. I'm gonna have to get a round of the gold.
Of the gold, right?
Yeah, because I've never had a problem I've never had a problem with the woodage thing, but nowadays it's just like I guess the fire is just not like it used to be.
Well, this is your answer for it, Kev.
Might
And
be.
listen, Blue Chew has been the wingman for 4 million plus men. And we're going to do you a solid here because you're going to go to BlueChew.com. You're going to put in the code NASH, and you're going to get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold, okay? That's promo code NASH. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you, Blue Chew. Thank you, Blue Chew. Thank you to everybody in the live studio audience here for the taping. They went to KliqThisTV.com and signed up to become part of the 11 Soft Club. Be here for the pre-show. Be here for the taping. Get it with our commercials on their feed and to ask questions to Kev, like Stars on Sports, who says, great to see Big Kev gave the cover of the new Grace, the cover of the new WWE 2K26 Monday Night Wars edition. Who would you add to that cover if it was up to you? Well, let's see. Steve, bring up the cover. Let's see who's missing. We'll see. Kev, did you know you were on the cover of the Monday Night Wars edition? Well, there you are. There's
Where
the
am I
Monday
at?
Night Wars edition.
Oh, okay.
And, well, I mean, all the heavies are there. I like how they laid out. The top is the WWE. The bottom is the WCW.
Miles Sting didn't make it.
Okay, Stinger, yeah. And then I guess there's an Attitude Era edition. That's the regular one, and then there's the Monday Night War edition. I love it. What's the difference in the games? I have to explore this. I have to see how they're different. Is it just the rosters are different or the match types different? Storylines different? It's a great idea. Make people have to buy both. Extra roster is the answer. Perfect. You got to get both now. It's like when Guns N' Roses released Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 on the same day. You were buying 2 cassettes, no question. So Stars on Sports, there's a noticeable omission in Sting. All right. Spider Drummer 24, were you able to attend any games when the Red Wings won the Cup between 97 and 2008?
Oh, I think I've been to 2. Was it 2? Not games they actually won the Cup, but like games during the run.
But Stanley Cup games.
Yeah. I've been to 2 Tiger World Series games and I've been to some Piston playoff games. I think Cameron and I caught a Pistons playoff game on the, where were we? Maybe Atlanta once?
I was at a Devils. I think it was a playoff game. They were playing Pittsburgh. I think it was a playoff game. I don't think it was a cup year. I think it was 95. It was a cup year, but it wasn't a cup game. All right, thank you, Spider. Spider. You mumbling, stuttering prick, you. Moose Fitzgerald, which legends do you think will appear in the Rumble matches? I know one who isn't.
Yeah. Well, I can't
Nikki
think
Bella was spotted on a plane on her way over there, by the way. So.
Yeah, but she's been on the roster.
Well, yeah, but she hasn't been active since what?
A week?
A few months?
No.
December.
No, she was. Yeah, she wrestled in the last. She's wrestled She came out in that fucking green outfit. In the 3-way.
Is Jericho in?
No,
Is that what I'm seeing here?
Jericho's still in AEW. I think Fozzie's on the road right now.
Not playing in Saudi Arabia, I assume, that week. It's kind of try to hit both. All right, Moose, we'll have to.
I mean, he might be a surprise. I mean, he hasn't been on. When was the last time Chris was on AEW?
Okay, Fozzie is in. All right, so it's a possibility. If he's not in AEW. So it was definitely him.
So
I saw him up close.
So Wes, you're saying that Jericho is confirmed to be at the Rumble? Because I really can't think of anybody besides that you would call a legend. Like the rest of us are fucking. I mean, we've all taken our horseshoes off and fucking. We're like.
Yeah, Hacksaw Duggan's not coming out.
No, our crew's about. Our crew's in their 60s now. So.
All right, another question. Someone else looking to get in. Edgar Watson. Does Gunther take out Randy Orton at some point? He may be the next to retire, but the legend killer versus the career killer seems inevitable. Well done, Edgar.
Yeah. I mean, it books itself.
Yep. We'll take care of AJ first, then see where it goes. Stars on Sports. What was the first NBA game you attended in person? Great question.
Pistons Bucks. Probably.
Was it the Lou Alcindor Bucks?
No, it was. God, it was horrifying. This is back when guys like John Block were in the league. I mean, there were so many horrible big like Tom Borwinkles, and there were some Toby Kimball, a bald guy.
People who are young don't realize that the NBA, it wasn't until what, around 79, 80, 81, when you had stars on the court. And even then, I mean, you had a handful.
I mean, there were some, all the, like those, but I mean, you look at those, like the team, the Knicks team that wins it, with like Bill Bradley, like a 6'5" white dude, Dave DeBusschere. You know, like the big man's Willis Reed at 6'9", and then you had the backcourt of Monroe and Frazier, and Barnett. But those, you look at those teams. Just the fact the motherfuckers were wearing Chucks,
Yeah.
like dudes. I say that all the time. People say, "Oh, like." I don't think. Could you imagine Jordan's career if he had to wear Chucks, just canvas fucking Chucks, no arch support, no nothing,
No arch support, barely ankle support.
Nothing. I mean, any of those guys
washing their gear in the sink.
Fuck yeah.
Go ahead, Ace Ramon. I see you, Ace. We started watching Detroiters on Netflix and saw your cameo. Probably your best work yet. Emmy level. By the way, whose shite was in the briefcase?
Wouldn't mind. I think that's what makes it bad, right, Dad?
Your best moment in that is when the woman's bending over and the elevator doors are closing. You get the
We're looking at it like, ooh. The guys behind me are vomiting. They're like, oh.
Epic. Hey, Britt. I see you, Britt. Any truth to the Kliq almost getting Savio Vega fired for a rib that went too far and Yoko had to step in? Is this when Savio cutting Scott's hair caused him to wear extensions?
He didn't wear extensions. He cuts. And the thing was, Scott got him hired because Scott worked with him in Puerto Rico. So, God, I remember like they went back and they were working together for the IC belt, and in 4 nights, Scott kicked Savio on like a go for the drop kick, bend down kick thing. Scott kicked him twice in the face and broke his nose twice, and Savio got Scott once, like in the course of a week. And I was thinking, like, is this fucking like receipts or? And then we'd get in the car and I'd say, was that a receipt? He'd be like, no. I was just like, I always seemed there was like a little bit of heat there, but then, like when we'd all be fucked up and shit, like those guys, like they'd hug on each other and stuff and talk, Puerto Rican days. So.
All right. Thank you, Britt. Let's see. Who can wrap us up here? Ronnie Steele. Do you ever have a one-on-one with Stone Cold? Oh, did you ever have a one-on-one with Stone Cold?
Wrestling match?
I assume.
God, I don't think I've ever wrestled Steve one-on-one.
Well, we have to book it.
Yeah, well, I think fucking Steve right now is just saying, "Kev, hold your breath." And I'm saying to Steve, hold your breath.
You guys could do it on your 2K, your WWE 2K.
We could do it on that.
And here,
if I don't blow out a quad.
AI has told us they never had a televised one-on-one match. Every time Steve Austin and Kevin Nash interacted in WWE, it was a multi-man situation. Most notably, The Rock and Austin versus the NWO on Raw, March 2002. Well, there you go.
That was from Joe Louis. We left him laying.
You got the hometown boys have to do that, right?
Got to.
Kliq This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver, producer Steve Kaufman, graphics by Dominic D'Angelo, title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson, theme song by Dale Oliver, technical research by Tristan Nash, copyright 2026, Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, do you want to do episode 188 next week?
Only if it isn't so dominated by the news of ice like this one was.
Customer service never answers a thing. Let us free to breathe in air we're supposed to breathe. in turns you've come to love me. Now I'm cold, I'm frozen. Baby, we're broken, and the customer service never answers a thing. Yeah, the customer service never